The president called him during training. What happened next shocked everyone. The sun scorched the training field, sweat dripping down the recruits' brows as drill sergeants barked commands. Among them stood Daniel Hayes, a quiet young man from a small town, struggling to keep pace but refusing to quit. His body ached, his throat burned, but his eyes, clear and determined, never faltered. That's when the unthinkable happened. A commanding officer stormed toward him, holding a ringing phone, his face pale. The line was for Daniel, and on the other end was the President of the United States. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. At first, silence rippled across the field. Recruits froze mid-step, whispers breaking the rhythm of boots hitting dirt. Why would the president call a trainee? Daniel's hands trembled as he pressed the phone to his ear, the weight of hundreds of stares pressing down on him. The voice on the line was calm but urgent. "Private Hayes, we need you." Daniel's heart pounded. Him, a trainee who hadn't even completed his drills. Every insecurity he had fought to bury surged back. He thought of his father, a veteran, who had died without ever seeing him wear the uniform. He thought of his mother, working 2 jobs just to send him here. He thought of how unworthy he felt. "Sir," he stammered, I don't understand." The president didn't explain everything. He only said one thing: "You're about to be tested in a way no training can prepare you for." Then the line went dead. Murmurs swelled around him. Some recruits scoffed, others gawked in disbelief. Was this a mistake, or something far larger than any of them could comprehend? Daniel stood still, chest heaving, the world suddenly heavier on his shoulders. His sergeant's eyes narrowed, torn between suspicion and pride, and then came the order. Daniel was to leave the training ground immediately and follow the instructions given by higher command. As the military jeep pulled up, dust swirling in the air, Daniel's thoughts raced. Was this a cruel test of loyalty? A punishment? Or had fate truly chosen him for something greater? By the time he arrived at the operations tent, the atmosphere was electric with urgency. Maps sprawled across tables, radios crackling with coded messages, officers speaking in clipped tones. Yet the moment Daniel entered, conversations halted. All eyes turned to him. This trembling, unproven recruit. "Private Hayes," an officer said firmly. "The president wasn't mistaken. We have intelligence that only you can verify." Daniel's breath caught. A name flashed on the documents before him. A name he knew from his past, someone who had once saved his life as a boy. The dilemma was crushing: remain silent and let suspicion fall, or reveal what he knew and risk betraying a man he once admired. The tent was suffocating. Radios hissed, a clock ticked. Officers leaned in. Daniel closed his eyes, his father's words echoing. "Courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about choosing the truth, no matter how heavy it feels." With a trembling voice, Daniel spoke. He revealed what he knew, how the man once hailed as a local hero was now involved in something dark, dangerous, and threatening the nation itself. Gasps rippled through the tent. Some didn't believe him. Others demanded proof, and then like a tide, the evidence poured in, confirming every word. Daniel's courage had prevented disaster. Back at the training field, word spread like wildfire. The recruit who had once been mocked for stumbling, for lagging behind, had carried the weight of a country on his shoulders. When he returned, silence fell again. But this time, it wasn't disbelief. It was respect. Slowly hands came together. Applause erupted, and Daniel, though still trembling, stood taller than ever. Because sometimes destiny doesn't wait until you're ready. It arrives when the world needs you most. And here's the truth: greatness doesn't come from rank or medals. It comes from courage when it matters most. The sun dipped low over the training field, dust shimmering in the golden light, the echoes of applause lingering in the air. And for Daniel Hayes, the boy who doubted he belonged, the call that had shocked everyone became the moment he finally believed. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits and it finds its way back. If this story moved you, Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Your voice keeps stories like this alive.